I'm a 3D artist, and in this video, I had the audacity to design MrBeast a custom 500 million play button that actually matches the insanity of 6% of the entire world subscribing to your YouTube channel. And we're starting with the model for the diamond play button, which I spent 2 hours making for a 3-second clip in another video because I am deeply irresponsible with my time. But I have a plan for this one, so I started sculpting what looks like a malformed squash, but what is eventually supposed to be a puma breaking out of the diamond play button, carrying the play button crystal in its mouth. Wouldn't that be cool? Work with me here. What if the play button itself was shattered and we used positional fall off to make it look like it's busting out of the play button? Now we just slap some lightning bolts on it, maybe use a decimation algorithm to give it that signature faceted look popularized by the Polygon fandom. And well, there are worse prototypes out there somewhere. No, actually, now that I look at it, this is probably the worst. If I'm gonna make this play button worth 500 million people, I'm gonna need to do a lot of tests. Test number 1, unsuccessful. I've designed a lot of play buttons, and I usually like to challenge myself to one-up YouTube's official designs, and I love YouTube, but it's never been that much of a challenge, okay? Because every time, what do? Take the diamond play button, copy and paste it into Photoshop, and then drag the hue slider. If you line them up, you can even see the facets are exactly the same, meaning they're probably using the same CAD file and just whoop. Uh-oh, new play button alert. So this should be pretty easy. I mean, I could probably just use the... Oh no, they actually tried this time. Step 1 is to research materials and award designs like my life depends on it, because unfortunately, this is probably my favorite play button they've ever designed. There's gotta be some material we can use, some award we can take inspiration from, maybe a 3D model I can use, like a puma or a puma skeleton or a... Huh? Am I going crazy or does it kind of look like him? I decided to use the realistic puma model for blocking out my design. Notice how realistic the puma looks in my Blender right now. Society Awards is the company that usually makes the YouTube play buttons, but there's a whole industry of the things out there. How am I supposed to just pick something? Sometimes they're made of glass, sometimes they're made of bronze, sometimes it's a rock. I mean, every year we're pushing the limits of what an award can be. That's just a Monopoly piece. But for an award this unique, I'm gonna have to think of something no one's tried before. How crazy would it be if it was like a music box with the thing spinning on top, like the voices are getting louder. Step 2 is to actually make some kind of structure for this thing. So I started by considerately modifying the puma's skeleton to get it to fit in the right angle. There we go. My plan for this design involves 3 sections: the base, the tower, and the head, which may or may not also need to be removed from its body. This puma has been through a lot, sorry buddy. I tried out a few different ideas for the head, like these giant cubes. I don't know why I thought that was gonna work. Here's me attempting a surface algorithm to make it out of hexagons, but in the end, I decided to just make a faceted version because it fits YouTube's theme the best, and all the other stuff feels like nightmare fuel. That's the main reason. All right, let's see how it renders. Yep, it still has skin. Excellent. I imagine we'd be using aluminum for this award because it melts low, it's cheap to buy, and more importantly, it's like 1 slider to make this material in Blender, which saves me a lot of time to work on other stuff. I mean, I guess we could add a bevel shader so the edges look rounded, like they've actually been polished or handled by a person before. It's little things like that that make it feel realistic. And you know, while I'm here, I might as well calculate the difference between the surface normals and the bevel normals to isolate the edges and make them glow so the faces look more distinct even from a distance. But it's really just such an easy material to... Wait, that's way too bright. No biggie, we can just use Fresnel masking to clamp it to the visual edges, like the light is catching it. Oh, that's nice. We can move on now though. This is like the best metal I've ever made. Fingerprints. I want fingerprints, dust, and smudges. I want to be able to tell someone was in the room with this thing. But yeah, it's a very simple shader to make. Really just a phenomenal choice if you're short on time. I spent how much? I don't even want to know how many kilowatt hours I just consumed to witness this, but at least I can get 5% cash back on my power bill thanks to Chime, America's #1 choice for banking and the sponsor of today's video. You ever get gas at the gas station or buy groceries at the hopefully not the gas station? Well, this bad boy right here is the Chime Card, and it can get you 5% cash back on a category that you choose, and you can even change your selection every month depending on what fits your lifestyle. Dining, travel. If you buy 20 cases of energy drinks every month, that'd be $650 back in your pocket every year. To leave that on the table, I mean, don't you know what you can buy with that? 13 more cases of energy drinks, that's what. And if that wasn't enough, they have a high yield savings account that earns 3.75% APY. You know what the national average is? 0.38% APY. What are we doing out here? Chime's is 9 times higher. And all of this without any monthly fees or minimum balances or any of that tomfoolery. So stop leaving money on the table and try Chime today using my link in the description, or just scan the QR code on screen and join the millions of people who are already banking fee-free, only takes a few minutes to set up. But that's enough of that, let's get back to the video. This is great and all, but it's not exactly gonna pass my professional standards if I just leave it floating here. So I started modeling these curved spires that can both act as supports and fill in this visual space in the middle. Maybe they have facets too at this point, why not? I think we're moving in the right direction here, but there's two main problems with this design that I have to fix. Number one, what is this? This award has an emptier head than most Valorant players. Sealed that off. But number two, more importantly, we're still missing that unique feature that I was talking about to make this award stand out. I tried adding the crystal back to the mouth. I even gave it the same edge highlighting as the metal, so now it looks nicer. Why do I want to eat this? But it still doesn't have that oomph I'm looking for, so it's not enough. I spent the next few hours in a cold sweat modeling idea after idea, just hoping something would jump out at me. Hey, not you. Go. Get out of here. Maybe we need more spires, less spires, maybe no spires. Maybe the real answer is something else. Or maybe, just maybe, I was right before and the head should have been made of cubes this entire time. No, I was definitely wrong earlier. I'm gonna stop coming back to this one. But after a long day of searching, I finally found something I think could actually work. Bismuth is this really unique metal that you probably recognize from the crazy geometric crystal patterns with gamer colors, and it's actually more common than you might think. You know Pepto-Bismol? Where do you think the biz comes from? You ever wonder why it's pink like that? That's right. Petroleum-based color additives, not food dyes. You can eat those. A bismuth play button would be pretty different to say the least, and it would definitely upgrade the current gray on gray palette we've got going on here. I mean, there's gotta be a Blender tutorial for this. There's always a Blender tutorial. This guy made an entire custom generator that turns whatever shape you throw at it into this really dopamine-inducing bismuth material. Take that, West Virginia. With the right process, you can grow bismuth crystals yourself, and it can even be grown onto other shapes. So for this play button, maybe we could use a wire mesh or something as a template and grow crystals that could fit directly through the middle like this. It's kind of a long shot, but if Nile Red can do it, it can't be that hard. Just tell me how many plastic gloves I need to eat, I'll do it. With the bismuth out of the way, I think we finally found a direction to move in, which means it's time to double down. Next, I started working on the lightning bolts from the logo with their own custom fractal patterns. Ignore the fact that they are floating. We can Gorilla Glue those down later. For now, I just want to see how it'll actually look with all the different materials we could use. Maybe it could be crystal or aluminum. Maybe we don't even need lightning bolts. YouTube didn't have them. The only time YouTube added lightning bolts was the 200 million play button. Actually, bolt, singular. The left side didn't even show up. Was this on purpose? No way, it's gotta be in a UPS van somewhere in Oklahoma. I also tested out these crystals for the eyes, but the more I added, the more it started to feel messy in a way I couldn't quite put my finger on. At first I thought maybe it was all these triangles making it feel too much like a PS1 model, so I tried taking a smoother cube and elongating it around like this. We can even spin the cube around its own axis like this, which does look cool, but it doesn't exactly help us with the whole complexity thing. There's always the cubes. I don't want to be that guy, but it is an option. What? This was filmed at like 2 a.m. I don't know what I was cooking with this one. Would I be out of my mind to suggest growing bismuth crystals onto the spires themselves? Don't answer that, I already know. But what I didn't know is that I was wasting time. Maybe I just haven't watched enough donut tutorials lately, but it took me way too long to figure out this wasn't even a problem with the shape in the first place. This bismuth stuff has a very bold color palette to say the least, and so when you start dumping giant blue and purple crystals on top of that, it just makes all of it look out of place. As it turns out, if I slap the same bismuth colors onto the crystal and throw these lightning bolts into the shadow realm, suddenly it starts to look alright. I also made the whole mouth area darker to separate it from the rest, and I wish I could tell you about my whole side quest where I deleted the spires completely and replaced them with this cylinder thing that looked like a Yeti cup. It made the head tilted upward all dramatic like, but this video is already getting pretty long and I was ready to wrap this thing up. And even though I could have been more efficient with this whole thing, I don't feel too bad since in the final design I ended up using a little bit of everything. As you could see here, I couldn't decide between the faceted spires and the cube spires, so I just put one of each. I also got this idea that the head could look like it's floating as long as the spires are wrapped around it well enough to provide stability. Now we just make the bismuth chunk a bit smaller, and now it really looks like it's floating. Hopefully no one's thought of that before. Before I show you the final result, I need everyone watching this to please not send this to him. It turns out after I made the first couple videos, this whole army of people started trying to give him stuff, like straight up stalking this man to go give him a piece of cardboard or something, and he doesn't really accept gifts anymore. I guess I kind of ruined it for everybody, I'm sorry. You might remember after I built the 100 million play button, I just never gave it to him. That was actually for a completely different reason. They actually wanted this one. I made a whole box and everything, but when I was in the airport on my way to deliver it, TSA, these lizard people, thought it was suspicious, brought it into the other room, broke it open, and then handed it back to me like, everything looks good. Have a great day there, buddy. I love building stuff like this, but between the deadlines, the drama, the cost, the questionable workspace safety standards, I don't think I have the energy to build this one. Cause I'm saving it for the 1 billion subscriber play button, baby. That's when it's going down. So without further ado, congratulations, Mr. Beast. This is the custom 500 million play button.